Napoleon Bonaparte has been the leader of the French armies for a number of years now, and his ambitions are growing larger by the day. He's marched his French army to a new doorstep, that of the Great British Empire. The greatest army in the world, France, is going up against a British fortification by the sea. Can the British hold this ancient castle, or will the French clobber it with artillery and countless men marching forward? Hey yo, what's going on, gamers? It's your boy, Daily Tactics here, and today we are back with a particularly fun video. We're back in the Born in the Fire America mod, and we're doing a Napoleonic Wars battle. Now, to be completely honest with you, I don't know a ton about the Napoleonic Wars. I was a history major, but I never took any classes on it or anything like that. The most I know about it is like from what I learned about the War of 1812 and things like that, which is sort of adjacent to this war. So, I don't know a ton about it, but if you guys do, please be sure to let me know any fun factoids you guys got for me in the comment section below. That'll be our question of the day. What's your favorite fact from the Napoleonic Wars? Fun fact, historical fact, interesting, whatever you want. Either way, what we got here is the British holding out this ancient coastal castle. They have a lot of troopers dug out in trenches here, as well as a bunch of soldiers on the ramparts and in the back lines of the castle here. And the French army, the most powerful army in the world at this time, is going to be marching towards them in line formation from primarily two different directions. These two bridges each have armies assembling at them, and then they've also got some soldiers going to the sides of the castle here to provide sort of like supportive fire inwards. It's gonna be a really cool battle, and I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you do, please be sure to hit that like button. Let's try and get 800 likes in the first 24 hours. Subscribe if you have not already. We're still working our way towards 400,000 subscribers. I'd love it if we could reach that soon. And yeah, comment down below your fun fact from the Napoleonic Wars. If you've got any, let me know. Either way, guys, without further ado, let's get into this crazy battle we've got here. Alrighty then, boys, let's go in slow-mo for the start here and press start. I kind of want to look at this side of the battlefield for the first bit because there's kind of the most troopers collected over here on the left side. Let's go ahead and kick things off. There are, I believe, 4 or 5 cannons for the British, and there we go! The first of the cannons firing out and taking with them a ton of French soldiers, just getting absolutely shoved into the back right there. A number of Frenchmen are still alive, though, and firing in over here. We've even got an officer charging forward and then pummeling a British trooper right there, and then firing his pistol. What a Chad! Holy cow, I will name you Greg. Why do I always go with the name Greg or Clyde? I don't know, but he is Greg, the Frenchman. Greg Trudeau. No, that's the Canadian Prime Minister. I don't know, just Greg. His name is just Greg. He does not have a last name. Greg, you're an absolute alpha. You're an absolute Chad. Look at that, firing another pistol bullet right there. Oh, what a beautiful lad. Oh, a couple more officers following suit with what Greg has done and pummeling some more British soldiers here. Impressive stuff. They're also firing their pistols right there. Beautiful. Greg is the leader of the French here. Very nice. Bonaparte's number 2. Okay, the rest of the Frenchmen coming up here and firing at the British. They have managed to take the right side preliminary area before the bridge here as well, and are now going up against this cannon directly, and a number of British soldiers holding this bridge side here as well. A number of Frenchmen over here have died, actually quite a few of them, perhaps from this absolutely brutal cannon position here too, but I have a feeling that's probably going to fall fairly soon, much like this one over here. All right, why don't we go into normal speed here, because these battles tend to last quite a while because they're all using muskets and old school rifles, which, well, if you couldn't tell, they take a while to reload. They're not exactly the fastest of weapons out there. No sirree, Bob. Either way, that cannon still managing to get a number of kills out here. Absolute insanity. Where is Greg? Greg, where are you? Oh, there's Greg. Very nice. Greg is still alive. We love to see Greg on the battlefield. fighting for his right to fight. I don't know. It is in Napoleonic Wars. It is not a war for freedom. No, the French Revolution is not at this moment. No. Either way, the Frenchmen going ahead and coming up to the bridge and managing to fire a number of shots at the dirty British dogs. Beautiful, beautiful. Actually, the British over here managing to live for quite a while, sniping a number of Frenchmen over this way. Well, actually, maybe not. I actually don't see any dead French soldiers over this way, so maybe the British are not having so much luck over here. Even some of these deeper in ramparts in the castle are starting to lose some troopers due to that flanking position from the Frenchmen over there. And yeah, it does look like we actually do have 5 cannons. So there's 1 cannon right here, 1 cannon right here, 1 cannon right here, and then the 2 on the bridge. But this one actually is completely destroyed. I wonder if it got grenaded. There are grenadiers in here with very primitive grenades that they're going to be utilizing. Oh, another massive explosion right there, rocking the French lines. Absolute brutality. Few of the French getting their bootsies wet. Oh, their boots filled with water now as they cross the river here. More on the left side, managing to get onto this bridge here. It is a competition to see who can cross the bridge first, and I think it's going to be the left side, as these guys are a lot closer than these folk over here. Very nice. Still plumes of smoke coming up over the right side over here as these Frenchmen continue to pummel the shoreline with more and more shots. They might not have artillery fire with them, but they do have quite a number of soldiers, so they could just volley fire at the British as much as they want. There's just so many Frenchmen on the battlefield right now. It is truly brutal to be British right now. You do not want to be a Brit in this fort, I will say. There's this cool little outpost box here, though. Only 1 soldier in it actually dead from what I can see. The rest managing to fire out at it to both bridges, actually. This bridge and this bridge over here. Pretty cool position. I actually really like that little box of fire. They are very pug. Very, very pug indeed. And yes, these Frenchmen have managed to make it on over the edge here, and there is an artillery piece here that they have captured, and it gets shot by another artillery piece from the British, destroying it, actually, which is kind of funny right there. Very nice. Grenades getting thrown by the British Grenadiers right there. That's kind of cool to see, I have to say. This guy comes in, bayonet charge, but he gets shot in the chest and falls over dead. Oh, absolutely brutal. 1 second, guys. I do have to pause and take this phone call. Sorry about this. Right, sorry about that, guys. The internet guy was calling me. I was expecting his call, but I didn't know when he was gonna call. You know how it is. You just end up sitting on the line and you're like, when's he gonna call? I wanna like get on with my day, but I, don't wanna miss the call or else it's a huge hassle. So, sometimes you gotta pause. I hate to say it, but sometimes you gotta do it. More shots ringing out from these cannons and just absolutely obliterating the French. If there is anything right now that is holding the French back from this fortress, it is those cannons, which are just absolutely rocking their lines with those incoming shots. Also, these trenches are proving a lot more difficult for the French to take than I think they might have anticipated. They're coming up over the tops here. They're getting really, really close, but then a combination of those cannons plus the soldiers who are behind the trenches suppressed, killing them, are sort of taking down these French before they can really make a deep dive push into this area here. I think once the French actually get in and they manage to take the trenches and use them for themselves, they'll be off to a bit of a better start. There's also a number of British way back here, some Coldstream Guards and standard troopers as well, just firing in from the sides that these troopers off to the side over here were sort of supposed to take care of, but it seems like they have failed to do so and are now just sort of stuck over here doing a little bit of suppressive fire every once in a while. And I think the same thing is sort of occurring with these guys right now. They did their part that they could to take out these troopers, but now they kind of need to actually maneuver back around and join the front lines, but they're just sort of stuck over there for the time being, as the AI is very, very bad at actually figuring out what they need to do and maneuvering and pathfinding in this game. Either way, we do have some more Frenchmen actually coming up over the side on this bridge over here, and actually making some pretty decent pushes right here. Look at that. That guy basically executing a British soldier right there. This trooper losing his helmet there to a shot, or rather his hat. He's very lucky that it was just the hat that got hit right there, or else we could have seen a lot worse happen to him. This sort of middle section right here is starting to just now take a beating. They have been holding pretty strong for the most part, including this building here, but they are just now starting to drop as the French manage to get a better grip on the battlefield. I will say I think the French could do a better job of pushing inwards. I mean, a few troopers at a time seem to be attempting that, but most of their soldiers are stuck on the outskirts of this river here and just sort of firing in, which is not especially accurate or effective at this juncture in the battle. So definitely some better maneuvering from the Frenchmen could certainly help right here. Why don't we go into fast speed for a little bit here, as sort of this kind of musket fire can take a really long time for the battle to make any sort of progress. So we might as well fast forward a little bit here. Still nothing too crazy happening. A few more French. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting into things. More French soldiers actually coming in here, and in fact, one of them entering into this area here. He's reloading in here with the British around him. What? British, what are you doing? I am so confused by that. That is crazy right there. And also more Frenchmen coming up over the sides over here and getting behind these trenches here and then firing in at the few British that are left alive over this way. Still so many soldiers just like hanging out by the riverside here. I think once the French have sort of taken this island area, then I'll just sort of manually push these guys more towards the middle so they get back on track. But for now, we'll let them derp, and you know, that'll be just an added challenge for the French soldiers here. This bridge really not sending too many more soldiers forward. I mean, they took massive losses, and then a lot of them are just derping on the river's edge right there. So these guys not really doing too much at the moment. They could certainly be doing more for the cause, but this trench is almost actually already taken, and then this trench back here, it looks like it got completely wiped out, probably from these soldiers over here. So it's really just the castle on this side of the battlefield that is defending this bridge. Well, and a couple more soldiers over here, and of course this box in here where apparently that French soldier did eventually die. But this does seem like the best opportunity for the French to make massive progress towards the castle, but they're still not doing so right now. Two French soldiers trying to take out one of these Scotsmen over here. Plastic Scot is on the battlefield, baby. Let's roll. All right, yeah, this guy is canonically Plastic Scott during the Napoleonic Wars now, and he will fight bravely. Oh. And he will die bravely right there. You'll love to see it. All right. Well, there's still two more cannons on the battlefield right now. Well, actually three. Sorry, my apologies. Three cannons on the battlefield still. And they're still wrecking house right now. Absolutely dominating the British. Or sorry, the French. Not really getting too many French soldiers still in here. I think it is time where we go in slow-mo and we do direct these French soldiers onto the bridge and actually get them fighting in this battle, because right now they are kind of just derping on the edges here, and it gets a little painful to watch, you know. Obviously, in real life, they would know what their duty was, and so it's more realistic to actually maneuver them, so the AI actually does what they're supposed to be doing. So we're going to do that for them right here, and just sort of transition a lot of these soldiers from a derp state to an actual fighting state, instead of just continuously having them chill on the outskirts and essentially do absolutely nothing in this battle the entire time. It's just more entertaining to have them actually fight in the battle and do what they're supposed to do than derp around on the edges doing absolutely nothing. So here we go. French soldiers now being actually forced to fight in the battle. We have a charge over the bridge currently, and there's not a lot of British response to them. I mean, like I said before, most of these defenses immediately following the bridge here have already been destroyed. The cannon takes out a number of French soldiers there, though. That was pretty impressive. So not too much should be stopping these guys here. This cannon has 65 kills. This cannon has 72 kills, and this cannon has 1 kill. Wow. Okay. Well, that is really impressive for those two cannons, though. Oh, like 130 so odd troopers total getting killed for the French by those cannons. Now that is effectiveness if I have ever seen it, and potentially more to come. This little box right here only has 1 soldier left alive. The French seem to have fully charged that. Also on this side of the battlefield, the French charging in. Again, the defenses for the British were really not up to par at a certain point here, and it was just sort of bound to happen that the French would be able to just walk in. They were just derping on the sides for so long. But now that the French are finally in here, they are taking the outskirts here. But you got to remember, There's maybe like 50 British soldiers inside the castle itself over here. All of them ready to fire and fight for the Empire. So these guys could be devastating too. That thing has 75 kills now. This one still has 67. Okay. The cannons becoming a little bit obsolete here, not really managing to keep up with the French soldiers. And we do have the first of the French sort of charging up this way here. A couple of British soldiers on the outskirts right there dying as shots come in. That cannon gets a nice juicy shot right there. Takes out a couple of British soldiers. Not too shabby if I were to... Oh, sorry, French soldiers. I think I'm mixing up the French and the British a lot here. My apologies for that, guys. My apologies. All right. French soldier actually moving in here, and he does get gunned down pretty quickly there. It was just a matter of who gets to shoot him, because that was an easy kill for the French right there. This cannon is now starting to hit the wall instead of actually firing forward. That's not great. That is not going to be very effective, if you couldn't tell. The first of these British soldiers over here firing and reloading their guns. I don't actually know who they're able to fire at, truth be told. Most of the French are like way down here. I don't know. Very bizarre. All right, the last of the stragglers, we will just sort of get onto the bridge area here because they are still managing to be as derpy as ever, which is, you know, shocking that they're still managing to do that, but it's the way of the men of war AI. They love to be derpy and they love to not do their jobs. Ugh. Bunch of annoying nuisances. All right, well, the French over here have raided this little outpost right here and taken out the last remaining British soldiers over there, and more French are raiding over here. This cannon did finally get taken out. A few French soldiers try to climb the ramparts over here, get gunned down by those two soldiers. Oh, that guy just barely dodged that shot, and then this guy gets clobbered in response. Brutal stuff. These troopers up here firing down at some Frenchmen over this way. Maybe marking a few or getting a few kills. Not too bad. Right now, the battle is just sort of a little bit of a skirmish, not too massive of a French charge happening. It seems like maybe they're probing the perimeter defenses of the castle innards right now and not wanting to fully commit to an assault until they know the exact weak points. One trooper still alive up here on these ramparts, but I'm sure he will go down pretty soon. It's too bad he's not a grenadier, or else he could just blow up all of these French troopers. Massive French charge going in right now. They do manage to kill that soldier up there, but a number of them start going down. Grenades coming out from the British side right now, and getting a number of French kills right there. All right, some more brutality is to come during this battle. It is certainly not over yet. The lip of this hill is going to be, I think, pretty good for the British in the long run, because they're going to be able to snipe these French as they come up and over. But right now, it's preventing them from shooting these guys over here. We did just witness a pretty good squad charge from the French. Took out a number of the British soldiers right there, but it was stopped in the end. And a couple more stragglers try to come on through and get some glory for themselves, but don't manage to. The stragglers of the British manage to take them out. More Frenchmen going down here. Grenade going out from the British. Takes out one soldier. It's better than none. I'll take that. Let's see if he's got another grenade on him. He's just reloading his musket. He might wait a while. Another squad moving into the position now and starting to fire. Troopers up on this rampart starting to take some hits for the British, and French soldiers actually coming around the left side now. They're getting stopped pretty decently by the British soldiers. Yeah, there you go. Looks like no losses for the British on this side just yet. And the middle line also holding very strong. It's really just the far right over here that has started to sustain some losses, but they've managed to eliminate quite a number of French soldiers while those losses come on through here. All right, I'm going to take a little water break. Boys, be sure to hydrate. Hydration is the key to happiness in life. All right, actually, massive French charge down the middle here. Managed to take out a number of these British soldiers while they were reloading. It's sort of that timing on the reloads when you want to charge, and those Frenchmen managed to do it just right, where a small squad of 3 manages to get a number of British soldier kills because they were reloading when they were doing that. And now more Frenchmen are coming in, seeing the bravery of their comrades, and starting to flood into the British defensive positions here, and the British are getting so slowly encompassed and surrounded. Another bayonet charge over here on the left side, killing a number of the British soldiers. That trooper misses his shot. Lots of misses going on right now from the British, in fact, and they are not reloading quickly enough to stem the tide of the Frenchmen that are coming forward. On this far left side over here, these guys also getting pummeled by incoming French troopers, and it seems like this is going to be about it for the British during this battle. They are, in fact, just about all dead. In fact, are they all dead? Yeah, they are all dead. The French do manage to seize the castle fortress here and take a swift little victory. Well, not super swift, because they did take some pretty impressive losses. Red are dead French soldiers, yellow are dead British soldiers, and the British did absolutely astoundingly well. Remember that those explosions from the cannons probably deleted a lot of the French bodies, but even still, without that, there's still a lot of dead French all throughout this area here, but Napoleon does walk away with the dubski. Either way, guys, that's going to be about it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. Please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and comment down below if you'd like to see some more Men of War Born in the Fire America mod. Either way, guys, I will see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.